I don't even know. I don't even go live, but I felt like, why not? Why not today? Today was crazy. Today was absolutely insane. So I went out yesterday to make the money to pay the car insurance. And with these delivery apps, it's up. Like you have to be paying attention because if you snooze, you lose. So the go mission on GoPuff was to accept and complete 4 trips between 7 and 12, and you would get an additional $37 on top of your base pay, on top of your tips. You still, and in addition to that, you get that additional $37. So, mission accomplished. I finished 4 orders, 4 trips before, way before 12 actually, because I started at, I have to say, I know that is not cornbread mix because I swear I had cornbread mix, but I don't know where it is. But anyway, I had the money yesterday to pay my car insurance. My car insurance is not due until the 9th, but I like to stay ahead of that because I have a car payment, and I just like to stay ahead of it because I'm not trying to. The car insurance is one thing you cannot play with, especially if you have a car payment. You have to have full coverage. You don't have full coverage, then you're in trouble. So I try to stay on top of the car insurance. That was done. After I made the money to pay the car insurance, my mindset is, well, once I pay them, I don't want to be broke, so let me get back out here this morning. Now, there was no go mission this morning. There was just like, I showed up at like 7 and some change after I went to Turkey Hill. Turkey Hill wasn't down because I go in there every morning when I have a Keurig. I don't have to go to Turkey Hill. Why isn't this coming off? I go in Turkey Hill and they don't have any liquid creamer. I was already deflated at that point. Like my whole energy was deflated because what do you mean you don't have any liquid creamer? I have liquid creamer. I could have made my own coffee. And like I said, I had already made the money that I wanted to make. I just didn't want to be down to $20, $40 in my account after I paid the general. So I go back out this morning and it's just crazy. Like the whole scene is just crazy. I didn't get the coffee that I wanted from Turkey Hill. Should have went home from that point, but I didn't. Kept on going because I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. Anyway, I I have stopped the sheets also. Filled my tank up. I filled my tank and I go to GoPuff. As I'm coming up South Paxton to Dairy Street, we're at the light. We're at the light, and I'm watching like 4 light cycles go by, and nobody's moving in the aisle in the lane of traffic that I was in, and I'm like, um, we sat through the fifth. Like we were getting ready to sit through the 5th light cycle, and I'm not sitting there because I had already accepted an order on GoPuff. Like they expect me to be there, and I'm not going to keep sitting through light cycles. So I come out of traffic on my left into the wrong lane of traffic to go around 4 other cars because they're just sitting there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're not going to move? You see that it's not operating correctly. So move. Like, you, it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just like, I go around, make the right that I was trying to make to get onto Dairy Street to go to GoPuff because I have to pick up an order. But while I'm swerving into the wrong lane to go around this traffic, the order is updated. Like I don't know what the hell GoPuff was doing. I really don't. But they update the order, so I get there, and the trip is now not 2 orders, it's 4 orders. So I grab all 4 orders, 3 of them include alcohol. And again, it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm on a mission. Like I the first order, or the first part of that was to a house according to the app on Dairy Street, like a mile up from GoPuff. In the 2000 block, GoPuff is on the 3900 block of Dairy. This house was on the 2400 block of Dairy. So I get there, and I don't know when this happened, but you can't call the customers anymore. You can only message them, and they can message you. So I can't call her. I send her a message. I'm like, go puff at your door with your order. And nobody responds. So can't call. I knock again. The app kind of guides you through if you're having an issue reaching the customer. So I knock again. I send another message. And at this point, it's notify GoPuff that there's an issue. So I get them on the phone. By now, I walk back over to my car. They had a case of Corona. Um, I walk back over to my car, and I'm sitting in my car. It's nice and toasty and warm. And I'm speaking with the agent, and she's like, okay, let me call the customer. And she calls the customer, and then she joins us. Like, we're on a 3-way call now. And he's like, oh, where are you? And I'm like, I'm outside in a blue Honda. And he's baffled, and I'm baffled because I don't see him and he doesn't see me. It turns out that the addresses are mixed up because all of a sudden the screen on my phone changes, and there's like this fuchsia burgundy colored banner that says order has been canceled. Please return to GoPuff. Return the beer to GoPuff. So I'm still on the phone with the agent, and she's now disconnected us from the 3-way call because I think that's when she realized that GoPuff, it's the app. And so I'm kind of giggling at this point because I'm an asshole. Sorry for my language. Let me wash my mouth. This is live. Because I'm an idiot, and I think everything is funny, even though it's happening to me. I I don't understand it because the app is not letting me progress. So I just take the case of Corona back to GoPuff and have them scan it. But that didn't fix anything. So I'm standing there speaking with actual GoPuff employee. He's not a contractor. He works for GoPuff. He's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. He's going through his screens. He's like, this is you, right? And, points out my name and everything. It's like, yeah, I don't understand why they have my last name first because everybody else gets, hey, Tisha, or hey, Beth, or hey, whatever. I get, hey, Colbert. Okay. But anyway, he figures out that another one of those, by this point, I bring all of the orders back into the facility on the alcohol side because this is where we're having a problem. GoPuff has 2 sides, alcohol on this side and regular groceries on this side. So he's like, oh, well, that's because one of your customers canceled. What? Like, when did they cancel? I picked up the order. Like, they would have, feel like if they canceled while I was there, I wouldn't have been able to pick up the order. Why was the order even modified or whatever? Because I was originally picking up 2 orders in this trip. Now I'm 4 orders in this trip. And you already sent me to the wrong address for this customer. And he's not even answering anymore. I guess he's just mad because he ain't got no beer. And the second one on the list just canceled. So that's that. Fine. Return those items, scan them back in that they were returned so that I still get paid. I still get paid even though all of this is happening. So I'm jovial about it. I'm not upset. I'm not like snapping out like, what are y'all doing? I just keep on moving. The next customer, since there were only 2 more customers left now, as soon as I start to head from GoPuff toward this address, I get an instant message on the GoPuff app asking or thanking me, first of all, thanking me, and then another message kind of a few minutes later um, saying that they forgot that they needed ID because he had a small box of Bud Lights. I don't know how many's in the box because I'm not a drinker. And but he has some other liquor in one of the bags. I don't know what it was. I don't peek in the bags. In my business. I'm just bringing you your stuff, whatever you. So, but anyway, about 2 minutes from arriving, he sends me another message, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't. I only have a temporary ID. Can I use that?" And I'm like, I wasn't trying to like be short with him because I'm actually driving, and so you think that we're gonna have a conversation through the chat? That's not gonna happen. I already wear glasses. That's already the first problem. So I was just like, I'll be there in 2 minutes, and I will go over it with you, when I get there. So I get there, and then he's outside. So I have the beer in one hand and the bag in the other hand, and I set them down, and he hands me this ID. It says temporary right across the ID. You know you gotta use it. So he's like, oh, I guess I gotta cancel. And I'm like, fourth order, fourth order, right around the block. Like this is on 17th Street. The fourth order is on 19th Street. So it's not like I'm going way out of my way or burning gas that I don't have money to put back in my car. Fourth order, the customer is also at the door when I arrive, and I walk up the steps, and I'm always like, I always want to look at the customer in their face because I have to make sure that for one, that the ID matches who they are, and that they're not under the influence and all of this other foolishness. And it's just polite to look people in the eye. Like, anyway, I look at her, and I thought, like, if she was outside, I wouldn't have thought nothing of it, but she was coming from inside. Everything, like, she has all this liquidy pus or whatever, like eye snot, dried up on her face, all around her eyes and her nose. And I'm like, thank you. You have a good day. Like, I just gave her bag. I think it was only like 2 cans or something separate, but alcohol. Anyway, I go back to GoPuff because, they ask you as soon as you complete an order if you're coming back to the facility, or like, or do you want them to log you off? And I'm like, nope, coming back. So I go back and I sit there for a few. I don't even do it a few minutes after, but I sit there and another order comes up, another trip comes up, and I grab the trip and I start to head towards, oh, it was my cousin, which I love because I'm like, go Puff, go make sure we have family reunions. So I delivered her stuff. We chatted for a minute. I locked myself off while I was doing that because I don't want them to think I'm just bullshitting around or whatever. So the next order was to someone downtown. I've delivered to them before on Market Street. I've delivered to them before. So I head to this destination. And for some reason, Apple Maps, y'all need to do better. Because for some reason, now this is GoPuff. I know it's taking me in the opposite direction because of the camera. Um, this is GoPuff. You have to go this way to downtown from where GoPuff is, right? But for some reason, Apple Maps, well, GoPuff is at 3900 block. Apple Maps wants you to go up to 40th, make a right, and then travel all the way around down to Paxton, like the little off ramp to Paxton Street, and get on the highway or get on Paxton Street. You can do either one. I don't know why it wants to take me that way. And I don't know why Apple Maps doesn't know that there's road construction. The whole road is cut off, but they don't know. And it's not my job because Apple doesn't pay me and neither does Google. So I'm not telling them to update them on the situation so that they can tell other drivers don't take that route. But anyway, since I know where Market Street is, like I used to drive a cab, I just head straight down Berry Street. It takes a second for navigation to reroute, but it starts to take me down Berry Street, and it wants me to make a left onto, I think it's, uh, I don't even know why I can't think of the names right now. Green, Green Brian, Green something. I can't even think of the name of the road, but it wants me to take that road down, take a left there, and follow that down all the way through to 13th Street. And that's fine because that works also. I can get all the way down to 13th Street, follow, take 13th on down to Paxton Street, and Paxton Street will take me downtown. Only by the time I get down the bottom of the hill, down the bottom, because the street turns into Berry Hill Street, and there's a truck, like an 18-wheeler, jackknife, coming off of 13th Street onto Berry Hill. And there's like 4 cars ahead of me, and I see the parking lot over here to my right, and I know it looks backwards on the screen, but to my right, and I see travel, like evidence of travel in the snow that's impacted down there, and I'm like, yeah, I can make it through there. And I can get on the cut through this parking lot, and I can get on 13th Street and continue as to what I was doing. And then, like I said, I went down Paxton and got onto Market Street and delivered that order. But here's my thing. After that, I turned the app off. I was like, okay, because I made like $50. Like I didn't make a lot of money. I like yesterday I made like triple digits. And today I was barely like I wasn't going home with less than $50 because GoPuff charges you $1.99 to cash out. Although you could cash out for free. You can cash out for free if you just not cash out, but they will send you your money. You don't have to make a payment to get your money from them. But you have to wait till the following Monday or Tuesday. And I didn't want to do that. I just don't want to. It's not like I'm hemmed up or I need this money today. I already had the money for the car insurance, which I paid today. Like after I realized I was going to have at least $50 in my account after I paid the car insurance. Well, I'm over it. So I go to Giant because yesterday, while I was sitting at the packing between orders, in between trips, I sat there and I ordered Giant Direct. But I was picking it up. I don't want anybody to deliver it. I don't want to pay any fees. I just want you to shop for it and I'll be there between 3 and 4 to pick it up. I don't know how or why, because I swear I have cornbread mix. I swear I do. It's in here somewhere. But I can't find it. And I don't know who that is. But at any rate, yesterday I came in here before I went to work. What am I going to make? I have taste for chili. I go to my freezer. This is 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm weighing out my options. Let me show you. I go to Karns and I buy like 5 pounds of something. So 5 pounds of ground beef, 5 pounds of chicken, thighs, 5 pounds of, and then I bring them home and I put them in Ziploc bags. That's what I've been doing for 25 years. Like Karns is the bomb. They have butchers on site, and they will butcher any piece of meat that you want them to butcher. They will grind it up for you. Like Karns, just the bomb. But anyway, I had these in my hand yesterday. I'm trying to figure out which one of these has more in it. And that was it. I don't know where the thought went to in my brain. I walk out the door and I go to work and I make the money. And then I come home and I'm like around 3 or 4 and I'm like, oh, okay. I go over here and I get to cooking. I was getting ready to cook. Had all the pans ready, the baking pan and all of that. And I'm like, where's the hamburger? Where's the ground beef? And I'm looking around like, let me come by house and think the ground beef. No, stupid. You looked at it, you put them in your hands, and you put them back in the freezer. That's what I did. So I had to have a big ass bowl of cereal for dinner yesterday. But I'm not mad because I do have a fresh box of Honey Nut Cheerios and a fresh thing of milk. But that made me mad too because I have A2. I have A2 in the refrigerator, but it has a lump of, it's frozen. So I'm glad I bought, I don't know where my mind was, why I bought another half a gallon of milk, but I'm glad I did because I wouldn't even have been able to have the cereal because I ate, it's a frozen lump in it. of milk. But anyway, I go to the Giant today and I go back to the meat department and there's this guy walking up and he's just checking out the packaging and whatever. He has a little cart with the meats that he was displaying. And I could see that they have ground chicken. Like I can literally see they have ground chicken, but it's white meat. And I'm like, okay, so I see no ground pork. I saw ground lamb, but I didn't know how I felt about that. Like I didn't come for that. So I asked him, I was like, you have ground chicken. I see that, but do you have ground dark meat? Like he's like, oh no. And I was like, so it's cool. If I buy, if I select the package of boneless, skinless, or I don't know however you do it, chicken thighs, will you grind it up for me? And he's like, we haven't had a grinder since 19. I was like, never mind. You said enough. 19, you take it back, like back. So I didn't want to have to go to Karns because Karns is way out in either direction. There's one down in Middletown and there's one way out on Allentown Boulevard. I didn't want to go to either one of those because I didn't want to go to Karns. I have frozen meat in my freezer. I'm an idiot. And so anyway, I go to Karns. Karns is like, yeah, we got you. We got meat, grade A ground chicken thighs. Yeah, so I got 2 pounds. No, I'm not going to use 2 pounds because I'm making chili for me. And I already had spaghetti left over. I already have beef stew left over, like these containers that I bought. So I'm clearly going to have leftover chili as well. Like there's going to be some nice warm meals in my freezer. Yes, the other day I had pulled out greens and baked macaroni and cheese from the freezer because I'm only me. I'm only one person. So, and I never learned how to cook for one person. I cook like all 4 of my children still live home. So I always have leftovers and I really just go through making everything that I want. And as time goes by, I'm going to eat it when I get when I get fixated on something again. Right now, I wanted some chili. But like I said, I don't know if I really still want chili after all that I went through. Oh my gosh. But anyway, like when I ordered everything yesterday from Giant to pick up, Giant did not have tomato sauce. Like what? I don't understand. Like how do I should have just went to Karns like I wanted to from the very beginning because this has been the worst. Oh my God, you guys. I just found the cornbread. I knew I had cornbread. I knew it. I never look in there because this is canned goods and I usually don't buy canned goods because I only have this little bit of cabinets. I usually buy frozen vegetables. But like I said yesterday, I knew I was going to make chili. So I had the Rotel because I buy it up. I have chunky. I like everything chunky. Tomato paste. Got the kidney beans. I even got some canned corn because I'm not sure if I want to put corn in it, but I got some just in case canned corn, all Giant vitamins. And got the light red beans and the dark red beans. So I got a chili packet, but I made my own chilies. I have the cumin, I have the chili powder, I have all this stuff. Like, I already know what I'm gonna do. But Creole, there's some tahini in here somewhere. All these damn spices. Y'all, I can't believe I'm such an idiot. Yeah, I'm such a fucking idiot. Oh my God, I gotta stop cussing. Horrible now. Excuse me. there it is. Tahini, onion powder, garlic powder. I have some crushed garlic too in there. But there's the chili. That's red pepper. Forgive me that. Chili powder. Paprika. I knew I needed. I was thinking that when I was making my grocery order, but be so preoccupied with other things that I thought I needed cumin. There's plenty of cumin in there. I just bought another one. That's why I have all these spices, because I'll be buying stuff that I don't even need. Ginger. What I needed was the chili powder. Oh, God. Every time I say I can't find something, it's in there. Too much stuff. But yeah, you got very minimal. Oh, there it is. Very minimal cabinet space. And so I was looking for this Washington's golden seasoning and broth, but I couldn't find it right online when I was ordering online. But why? I'm such an idiot. That's all I have to say. This is what I was looking for online. I like the beef and I like the golden. I couldn't find it, and I know it's called Washington's, but I couldn't find it online. But I have a whole extra box. I didn't even need to buy it, but I was going crazy looking for it. Like I really be buying seasonings all the time. But anyway, that's what's gonna happen. All this stuff out to make chili. They come like this. So they come in these packets. I just use them on the meats. I'm gonna use one. I guess I can put that in the box that I still have. And you know. Today was crazy. But I'm here, I'm okay. Everything worked out, I guess. We're having chili. This order that I had from Giant yesterday just made me feel even more stupid because all the things that I bought, I already have. But like I said, I'm always preoccupied and always thinking I'm going to get here and I'm not going to want to go back out to get these things. So I already have a big box. I'm such an idiot. Oh my God. Somebody look out for her. She could be dangerous if you don't. It's all right. But I just felt like I had to come online and tell people how crazy my life is because my life is crazy, but I make it crazy. I'm my own fucking worst enemy. And so, as I'm standing here doing all of this, I'm going to try to get this chicken cooked a little bit so that it crumbles. But I have to put some garlic in here. And look at garlic. I'm losing my mind. I bought sour cream. I bought the garlic's upside down because it's almost empty. I didn't buy this, even though I need it. I use a lot of garlic, like a lot. Out of there. I usually buy this one. Simple now. See how I just left out of the store. Feeling, see, like you would probably know what's in the cabinets before you head out to the store. Apparently, I don't. So I'm gonna do this meat now that I have the garlic and peppers and onions in here. I'm gonna do this meat. I'm gonna put a little bit of seasonings on it because I'm really gonna season. I'm gonna do this in my, I want to say my pressure cooker, but it's really like it's a multi-cooker. It's a slow cooker and pressure cooker, and then you can make yogurt and all that great stuff. Crock pot makes it. But everything you put in the crock pot tastes like heaven. Like you think like somebody loves you. So ground cumin. I bought a whole other one, but this was on sale, so I'm not mad about it. Like it was on sale. The seasonings are expensive. Chili. But I do like I don't have to do a lot of seasoning because I do have a chili packing. So I just have to be extra. I can't just have regular. Nothing can just be regular for me. It always have to make it sexy. This is garlic powder. And since I use so much garlic, I always buy this big one. I should just buy the biggest one they have. This roasted garlic with bell peppers. I love roasted garlic seasoning, but it's hard to find it. It's usually Badia, however you pronounce that. It's usually them. I buy that Creole in there and some pepper. A lot of pepper. But yeah, that. But I'm gonna do all of this. Where's my slow cooker? Oh, it's up on the shelf. That's what happens when you don't have a kitchen. You got a kitchenette. But you don't have the space for this stuff. So I'm gonna put this on. And now this is plain because on the other one I have it's like a tropical egg, like fruit or something. I don't know. That's delicious. And the Washington's golden. I can't believe it's G Washington's. Maybe that's why I couldn't find it online because I was just getting Washington's. And put this thing down here. I need to move my Keurig for now. So I can put the slow cooker here. We just empty out the water reservoir so I'm slow. Move it. But I was thinking, do I want to put some cheese in this cornbread? Like, I don't know how. Like the things that I ordered cheeses because I don't know, I thought I was going to use cheese. But I don't remember buying two. And when I went to pick up my order, I was like, wait a minute, why is there so much cheese? Whatever. Okay. Should here. Should be over there anyway. Oops. No space. Like I have no room to wiggle or nothing. Till I get a Ziploc bag. Done all this cheese, and I don't even understand where my mind was at when I was. Maybe I tapped it twice. I don't really know. This guy over there. Make room for you, Big Daddy. Big crock pot. Plug in there. miss my original pressure cooker because it was like you put it on the stove, it wasn't electric. I know the problem with the electric one, except for it's electric, and when it gets super hot or way too hot or whatever the situation is, it throws an error code, and now you're sitting there thinking your food is cooking and it's not. And you don't need a pressure cooker to make chili. I'm just saying, it's just easier for me to do it this way. All in one pot, walk away from it, go back to doing nothing on my couch. But yeah. Oh, and I got a new can opener. I forgot about that. Because last time the can opener just broke in my hands, like as I was opening up some cans, and I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work. I do like a lot of beans. Like I like a lot of beans. I don't care about the meat so much. It gets good flavor, but I am really just wanting. But this thing is hard to turn. So I need an electric can opener. There's something else I don't have space for. All right. So this can go right in there. Juice and all. Our beans. I like sometimes, if I think about it, I will get a small can of baked beans and put that in my chili too. But I like assorted beans. I don't just told you I have to make it extra. It can't just be regular for me. Put this corn in here since I don't have the other beans. The baked beans. But I don't want the water from the corn. We're going to drain that out. Drain that. My neighbors out in the hallway talking it out. They're not going to lie to me. It's too long. Ooh, I should save some of this corn and put it in the cornbread too. Okay. I don't know. Just a little corn. I have the mild and original Rotel. I might have to use them both since I don't have tomato sauce. I just have the paste. I'm upset with Johnny. And the crazy part is I ended up going to Karns anyway, which I should have just did that from the gate, and I would have had everything that I need. What is this? Paste. And tomato sauce, like for real. Oh, for real. All right, ladies. That's not cold, y'all. So not cold. It's just gonna be extra thick and chunky. They don't want to eat it but me anyway, so. Alright, put this chicken in there. And I can wash this pan, clean this space so I can make cornbread mix, because I ain't making the cornbread, like I ain't making it from corn flour. I do have corn flour though. I just didn't want to make it, and the crazy part is I knew I had cornbread. Yeah, so I'm going to put a little corn in the cornbread, and I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I'm cheese. I like the cheese in it. This in here. Oh, the other thing is, I do not use water when I'm making things. I use stock or broth. If I have one in the fridge, I don't. I'll just open one up. That's why I use that D. Washington's too. I swore I had chicken stock. I be swearing I have stuff and I don't have it. Well, that is dangerous. I have brain. I got turkey stock. Good enough. But yeah, I would use water. I would use water for any of these types of things. Like, I'm always gonna mix them all up because broth has flavor. Broth has bone. Broth has whatever. Bone marrow, whatever I buy. This is not the brand that I usually don't buy cottage hill. I usually buy, I don't remember what the other was, the one in the yellow box. Something about turkey, I usually get that. Alright, so tomato paste. I swear. I can throw all my cans away. I think my trash needs to go out anyway. Alright, that's that. In there. And broth. And chili seasoning mix. That looks right. I don't know. That looks right. So then this is gonna go in the fridge like this. So it's too tall to fit in my refrigerator on this top shelf, so I have to put it on the bottom shelf. Okay, what else do I want in here? Close refrigerator. That's in there. Now we're gonna let this cook a little bit so we can see where how far my seasoning's got me. And then cook the chicken all the way. Like I cooked it pretty close to being done, but I wanted it to be in nice little bite-sized chunks, so it doesn't turn into paste. Come on, tahini. Anybody else have to tap their spices, especially paprika? Oh my god, that's just terrible. I like tahini because it has a little lime in it, a little spice. I don't know why it's not coming out of my bottle. I keep swearing I'm gonna move my seasonings from this cabinet to this cabinet because this cabinet is too close to the stove, and I think that's why my spices get all clumped up. Alright, so no salt. I don't use salt. I don't do that. I don't need salt because it spice it up good. You don't need salt. A little red pepper in there. More onion powder. You know it got onions, got onion powder on meat. And more chili powder. And I'm gonna put this in here. The seasoning packet in here. Some cumin. I'm not saying how much of anything I'm putting in here. It's going in there. It's in there. It's in there. Lots of garlic. Lots and lots. Pepper. My pepper. You can use whatever kind of pepper you like. I got white pepper, I got black pepper, I got excuse me, red pepper. I just like this roasted garlic with this bell peppers in it. I really like this stuff a lot. All right, and then finally, chili seasoning. I don't know if this is mild or original. It doesn't say. And it's the store brand there, but they can't tell you. I guess. None of your business. All right, so that's in there. Let's turn this thing on. So, beans and chili. We're going to adjust the pressure to low. And I'm going to, it's pretty. Well, that tomato paste is really just in there like low. All right, so I'm going to increase the timer. So I'm just going to do 30 minutes. Start and get the lid. The lid for the pressure cooker. And turn it on to release so it releases. All right, so that's that. Get this cornbread over here. Turn this off. And all my kids are the trash. Seasonings everywhere. Hot mess. So that's that. I'm going to get the eggs out for the cornbread. I'm trying to use up the rest of this kefir because I bought it because I couldn't find buttermilk. Oh, it's even funnier than not being able to find buttermilk at Target. I found buttermilk at Family Dollar. They got buttermilk. I didn't think they was going to have buttermilk. So I'm only going to make one box of this cornbread mix because I really don't need a whole bunch. Egg out. You have to take the kefir. You have to let the kefir get to room temperature before you use it for baking. You should. You don't have to. No. We're going to use a third of a cup of whatever you're replacing kefir for. You have to use the same amount. So if I'm using I think on the box it's like a third of a cup of milk. I think it is. Yep. I should know that by heart. I've been using this forever. You have to use the same amount, equal amounts of kefir if you're going to use kefir to replace your dairy. Let it get room temperature. It would be nice if I could just bake mine. I wasn't such an idiot if I was just baking my cornbread with while the chili was cooking. I mean, that only makes sense. No, not me. Alright, so there's the egg, there's corn, there's cornbread. We're gonna do a honey cornbread. This one up here, maybe I'll see it better next time I look for it. That's it. Hanging out while I make my chili.